This should be very interesting by Sly.
Yeah. Sorry, these are all Instagram ones. I'm not actually able to rewind them back, so I'm gonna try to play them the best I can. So
Sly is sick. First, I want everybody to know that Sly is sick, bro. He has like.
Okay.
Yo.
Let's go.
Welcome, sports fans. This is the Chicago Sports Casino. This is the winner. Right. I'm gonna get rich. I'm getting 30 million. I got one of those. These are my pigeons. Oh, hey, girl, that's how they do it. This is fun. We just lost the Boston Celtics, but guess what? I'm winning.
Okay, that's one.
Sly, you're sick, bro. I'm trying to, yo, bro, I'm just
yo, are we really doing this, man?
Yes.
No. We'll try to listen. Answer for it though. You know, it's your guy. You know, he took the game so serious, and he was
God.
That was back in the 80s, man, where it was so serious. They were so locked in, man. It wasn't. Man, you gonna put? You can put it next one if you want. I don't even remember it.
You could have put up the other video?
You can't get too close to Michael, it's a foul.
That is a foul. I know he's not Jordan.
And that ends in the technical.
He never controlled it, Michael. He never
picked it up and did it.
But he didn't touch it with both hands. That's the thing. You think so, Michael? 55 hits, 2 to come. Michael, I didn't see 2 hands on it, Michael. But I believe you.
You did.
But I believe you. I saw only saw the 1 hand on it.
I started to understand the game within the game of the NBA, and I'll give you an example. I was in Philadelphia and I'm refereeing Sixers Bulls. They were cracking down on a spin move that they wanted the officials to call travel. And Michael Jordan does the spin move, and I make the call. Phil Jackson comes flying off the bench, and he starts giving me shit. And I said, wait a second, Phil, you know as well as I do, that's the spin move that they're telling us to call. And he said, they may want that play called, but they certainly don't want it called on him. And he pointed at Jordan, who walked by and just stared at me. I got in the locker room. The other referee said, they want that called, but don't call it. The way that David Stern structured the league.
So, you know what? I'll take this one on first. Every superstar is going to get calls. Every superstar is going to get special treatment.
No. I'm gonna cut you off because you're gonna address a point that's not even being. The point is of everybody. Michael Jordan never complained to the refs. LeBron is a crybaby. He complains to the refs. That's the point. Address that.
Okay.
Hold on. Wait.
I can address that real quick.
No. Wait.
Let him go.
Hold on.
This is gonna be sweet.
Hold on. Just hold on. Draymond Green talks to the refs before games to butter them up. You don't think Michael Jordan's not doing the same thing? Absolutely. Steph Curry's not doing the same thing? Kevin Durant, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, you don't think that they don't talk to these refs? That these refs don't have a little special affinity of love for these guys?
So everybody.
I can look at a guy flopping 1,001 times where nobody even touched him, and he still gets the call. Superstars will get preferential treatment. Come on, you know this, Sly. How many times you see Steph Curry not get touched and kick his leg out, and they call a foul?
Touche.
So what are we debunking with MJ here? That's what I'm trying to get to. What is it?
I think we're debunking everybody if that's what we're saying right now, because everybody has these moments. Everybody. We're debunking everybody if that's the case. Every single person. Kobe used to whine and cry with the refs too much. I know that as a Kobe fan. I could tell you straight up. So it's everybody that's getting debunked here. And that's all I got.
Mills?
Sly.
I feel like we had mad conversations before, and I didn't hear everybody nothing.
Sly.
Mills, go ahead.
I heard a lot of Specifically Kobe and Jordan for you gentlemen. So I just want to keep
Sly.
that in mind.
Yeah, but they all have that moment.
Sly, first video was young Jordan, right? And listen, America. I want you guys to know we are all humans, right? We got things that is like, wow, you just an amazing person. Then we got things that is like, why the hell would he do that for? You're a cornball for doing that. Then we got, yo, what the fuck? Like, this is your fuck shit moment. You know, some of us is like, for me, I procrastinate a lot, right? I'm lazy. Shit, I play video games. So people might think that that's my lowest point of myself, right? Sly. Michael Jordan lowest point of him or things that he loved doing was gambling. That was his shit. Besides the game of basketball, it was gambling. So if you want to bring up a young clip of Michael Jordan gambling after getting swept with the Chicago Bulls, you got us. We're caught. Thank you, Sly. Secondly, the second video you go.
No. I want to do the second video.
No. I know. I'm about that one.
We talk about LeBron too much, man.
I'm talking about the league and the refs.
Okay.
Yeah, league and the refs. Sly. Who was the face of the league for the end of the 80s to the 90s?
Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Okay, so if he was the face of the league, right? Just like who's been the face of the league since he's been drafted?
Well,
you changing it?
No, not since he drafted. No, Mills, we're not giving him that, bro.
This is what. No, hold on. I'm not saying he was. This is what Sly said.
Okay.
Sly said since he been drafted.
Since he been drafted, I don't know.
Oh, so what did you say, Sly? Let me not misquote you. What you said?
I would say after maybe from his third year in the league till now.
Damn near since he got drafted. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, third year in the league since when he got drafted? 03?
He got drafted 05.
No.
Yeah.
He got drafted 03.
03.
Was it 03? Oh, okay. 03.
Well, 2006 into 2025. He's been the face of the league, right? Everything's been going through him, right? No,
but I didn't want to talk about LeBron, but yeah.
No, but I'm just saying, like, what are we saying? Everything's been going through him. Everything goes through Jordan, right? Kobe was in the league, but nothing went through Kobe. So cool, thank you. All right, we got X out Kobe, but I'm just trying to understand,
we're not,
like,
bro.
Thank
you doing, bro?
See,
what are you doing, Sly?
You're doing it again, though. You see how?
What am I doing?
Okay, I think my overall point is everybody gets preferential treatment. Everybody does certain things. All of our favorite players do these same things that you guys are so critical about LeBron James for doing. And I didn't want to talk about LeBron, Jesus Christ, but Kobe, Michael, Steph, KD, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, all fall under the same umbrella of doing fuck shit and also being great NBA players. But when you guys reference these players, y'all reference them like they are like some flawless dudes who didn't complain to the refs, or they didn't cry about calls, or the game was so much harder for them, or they took the game so much more serious and this and that. It's like, bruh, like I think sometimes people need to actually have visual representation of reality and not what the reality is we drew up in our head, which is really just nostalgia. Like it's nostalgia that people are just, which I think is definitely ruining the NBA for right now, but it's really just nostalgia. Like we have a perfect picture painted of somebody that the league wanted us to see as perfect, Michael Jordan, which dog, he was the same as Kobe. He was the same as LeBron. Same people, same dudes, same mentalities, different eras. That's it. Drops mic.
I think to me, I've never once ever, and y'all can probably go into old videos. We can edit it. We click
this
it.
How he about to lie, y'all.
I probably find timestamps. Bro, I've literally sat here and got on Kobe about his crying to coaches. Crying to the refs. I've literally said I hated when he did that. I've been on record about everything that Kobe's done as a human being because yes, he is my favorite player of all time that I watch from going as I've been an infant until now, right? What I say, I'm real generalizing. I call him out. I don't care. He's a human being. He's a human being that's amazing at basketball that I've ever seen in my life, still to this day. So the thing about it is that I don't get blinded or I'm not afraid to call him out. That's never been me. My issue is when we talking about other greats and their lack of or the things that they do to help their own benefit, I'm going to call it out. My favorite player of all time was hated by the media. He made it his own way. He took the villain role. A lot of people would hate it. They like to be glorified. Players love to be glorified. People love to be glorified. This guy loved to be the villain. So at the end of the day, that's where I get at. Huh?
I think this is kind of my point. Yo, Kobe Bryant was not hated by the media.
Oh,
whoa!
Come on, Slide.
Oh,
come on, Slide.
Oh,
Come
on.
Come on.
Prior to Kobe Bryant catching his case, he was hated by the media.
Yes,
Yeah.
Slide. It's always been. He's been the little guy. He's always been Robin. He's always been second coming. He's always been B. He's never been the guy we could sit here and say, "Oh, we could build around him." He had to create that himself. Narratives came because of they not respected him. Everything he's done. Because he came into it was like, oh, is he the next coming to Jordan? It started with that. And because he went, oh, nah, I'm going to be better. And then that became the threat. You think you're going to be better than something that we created. We created the god of all gods in basketball. We created Jordan. Yes, I agree. That's what media did. They did. They created the Black Jesus. And so when anybody talks outside of you trying to go against the Black
that
Jesus.
That was his nickname, man. The Black Cat, Black Jesus.
You're the threat. And so when Kobe did that throughout his whole time, and all of a sudden when he started winning at young, he won with the most dominant player to ever play this game, right? He became second fiddle. Everything was Robin, the sidekick. And then he can't win without him. So it's like, yo, bro, like, come on, bro.
So, all right, so let's be clear.
Day, he's dead, and we're still disrespecting him.
Yeah.
So let's be clear. So somebody saying that like Kobe was Robin to Shaq is disrespect.
Yes.
All right, next.
Why he can't be Batman and Superman?
All right, we go to the next subject then.
Why can't be Captain America and Iron Man?
Because Shaq was the most dominant player in NBA history.
So Kobe was
Kobe Bryant was 22 years old.
Was he nothing? Did we not see what he did while the most dominant player was on the bench?
We did see when Shaq left. They wasn't making the playoffs.
Now when Shaq leaves, you forgot that Shaq came out the next offseason injured, couldn't play because his fat mind want to go party and not take care of his body. And guess who has still made the Lakers #1 in the West for months? Huh?
For months. Okay, cool. For months he did that.
Right.
So when Shaq went to the Heat, he won a chip. And Kobe was on the Lakers.
He won a chip because, though, that was so much, bro. Wade carried Shaq, bro. Let's be real.
In the playoffs, he did. In regular season, he didn't, bro. But in the playoffs, Wade carried him. Don't do that.
But you shouldn't be doing that though, and I shouldn't be saying that because it's two players, and I don't think Wade could have won it without Shaq, just like Kobe couldn't. Kobe, it's a team game, bro. We need to stop this shit.
So, but it's not okay. So when I just hate to have to break them down to a molecule, but so when Shaq was with the Heat, he was Robin to Wade's Batman, right?
There's no Robin. We got to stop doing that. Like, why are we bringing up?
Oh my God. Okay, the primary option and the secondary option, is that better?
The primary option was Shaq.
So the primary option for Miami with Wade there was Shaq?
Was Shaq.
I mean, you got a 7 foot feet, 200 some odd pound, 300 some odd pound, big in the
that what?
It's automatic.
I can't agree with that one. I can't agree with that one. I think it was Wade. It has to be Wade. Wade was going nuts, bro.
Wade went nuts in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Wade went nuts in the playoffs. You still got to feed. Like, listen, it's a game of basketball. Forget about just the players itself. If I got a 7 foot guy who's 300 some odd pounds, who can literally move another 7-foot guy, a linky mofo, out the way to get an automatic 2 buckets, why would you not make him a primary option?
Okay, so I guess they're both primary option, but one is 1 and one is 2. Dwayne Wade during that stint was number 1, and even Shaq said that. Shaq said, I'm going to follow your lead." Shaq said that. When he was with the Lakers, that wasn't the case. Shaq was younger and he was still at his peak. He was better.
But that was ego. That was ego more than anything.
He better than Shaq at that point. He wasn't ready. He was too young. It's not disrespect to say that. Kobe was younger. Shaq was in a dead midst of being the most dominant player ever. So to say he's number 2 ain't disrespect. Kobe was not hated. He was just being called. So it's hate when they tell the truth about Kobe is hate, right? Is that what they're getting at? Calling him the number.
What was the truth about Kobe?
It's the truth.
What was the truth?
He was the second option. I know you don't like the term robbing because I guess it's disrespectful. That's just saying that you're number 2 behind number 1. That's not disrespect. It's the fact.
No, he played his role. Like, why you just like the game of basketball, right?
Was number 2, bro. That's what I'm trying
bro.
to say.
The role is not to be number 2. The role is to literally be everything that this guy can't do in the perimeter. I'm going to do it. You can't bring up the ball to court. You can't break a guy down from the perimeter. I have to do that and make your life easier in the paint. I can also, in the triangle system, to which I'm a system guy, to which I can play in any type of role, right? I can still feed you the ball in the paint.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And
You
Shaq,
think if we asked Kobe, was he the number 2 option? You think Kobe would say no?
Of course. He said it already.
Bro, Shaq won MVP every finals game they won.
Yes,
Shaq won
he
MVP.
did. He did.
Shaq averaged like 30 points and 60. The offense clearly ran inside out.
That was the triangle offense.
So how is Kobe not the number 2 option?
How are you trying to demise somebody
That's
for
not
playing in a role in an offensive set?
I feel like your fandom is taking it as disrespect. It's not disrespect to be the secondary option to the most dominant player in NBA history. That's not disrespect, bro.
He played his role.
Sorry, Mills. So Sly, if you would, Sly, I hear what you're saying. But if you would take Kobe off and didn't pair Kobe with Shaq and then just put some other person, you think Shaq is gonna have the same dominance?
Absolutely. No. Shaq would have had the same dominance.
Shaq would have had the same dominance.
Yeah, Shaq would have still been Shaq, but they wouldn't have won. They wouldn't have been 3-peats. It wouldn't have been none of that. Would have been that.
So you don't think the caliber of player Kobe was, the attention he drew, that made Shaq even more dominant?
1,000%. That goes without question. That's not even a if you take that same Laker team and you put Eddie Jones at the 2 guard without Kobe, I don't think they won any chips, if I'm being real. But that doesn't take away from the fact that Shaq was the driving force for that Lakers team. And I feel like the media was just saying that. And if you're a Kobe fan, you take it as that's like a shot at his legacy. And I feel like Kobe, as the narcissist that he is, he took that as that too, because he's a competitor, and I get it. But to say like Kobe is like hated by the media and all that, come on, that's just not true. Like,
yo, come on, bro, that is 100% fact.
I'm gonna let King go ahead. Yeah, King.
We've gone far enough on this subject. Let's end it there. We'll bring it back another time.